10 holes, 10 y'all just 10.
Alright, motherfuckers, we back.
Back at it again.
This is the 2 Cents You Call This podcast. I am your host, X, and I'm here with my brother from another mother, the light-skinned lover, Doug.
What's up, my brother? It's good to be back
Yeah, man.
again for episode number 12, man. We are in this thing and ready to go. First things first, man. What's in your glass tonight?
Tonight I'm gonna be drinking the drink formerly known as Tatiana, Tatiana, whatever you want to call it. But I need to find a new name for it that sounds good without somebody's name in it, so I can not be as toxic as I normally am.
Yeah, we're getting away from that. We left that in 2020.
Yeah. What are you drinking over there, brother?
I got a new mix. I'm calling it the Peach Cobbler. It is a peach whiskey, a honey liqueur, and a vanilla rum.
Okay. And
New
you calling
mix.
that the peach cobbler?
The Peach Cobbler.
I feel like you didn't make that up on your own.
It's okay.
But
I made it while we was here,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna call it the Peach Cobbler.
That's having a cyst. It's got an asterisk on it.
Anyway.
Stick with X, man. That's all I'm telling you. Stick with X.
No. We gonna stop saying that, and you did not name it. I did, so.
You did name it, but it didn't have that special ingredient to give it that.
Alright.
The chef's kiss.
All right.
Anyway.
So, yeah, we back for episode number 12, man. Getting into the weeks. My week was pretty standard.
Okay, I like how you went ahead and said your week, because last week you asked me how my week was, and then you cut me off and then started
Well,
talking about
because
yours.
your week always segues into something else. So I figure if I just go ahead and get my week out of the way, then we can get into your week and we can segue into our next topic. So
Okay.
my week, pretty standard. Work. Yesterday, though, I do want to give you your props and say that I appreciate you, my brother, because yesterday, I was feeling a little, I ain't gonna say down, but just lazy. I felt like I didn't really want to do too much, and we was texting a little bit, and I let you know, I was like, man, I'm not feeling it today.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I don't feel like doing anything. You was like, nah, get your ass up.
Get your ass ass for this.
Get your ass up and get in there. So yeah, got in there, actually ended up getting a good workout in the gym, man. So just want to say, man, I appreciate you.
No problem, my brother.
Yeah, we definitely look out for each other, and when it comes to I guess feeling those days when you just don't feel the best, it's good to have somebody to push you there. So
Definitely.
I definitely appreciate you on that, man.
Definitely, man.
How was your week?
My week was it was pretty good. I actually got a chance to go back into the office this week. They had that shit up in there.
Cold.
Yeah, and I was like, let they clear out before I come up in there.
Yeah.
So I went over there, and then I was able to get a good arm workout in on Tuesday and stuff. And then the rest of the week, I just worked from home, got my steps in and everything like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I had some conversation with some friends. Actually, got called by one of my exes, Tot.
Okay.
She hit me up.
Your most recent one. So let's
Yes.
talk about that. How did that go?
So,
And was it just out of the blue? Like she just called out of the blue, or was it a message conversation before then?
So I was actually on the phone with another one of my friends.
Okay.
But at this point, she said she's a POI. That's what she gave.
Person of interest.
Yes.
Oh, I got it right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. POI.
That's normally the law enforcement term.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah.
But I was on the phone with her, and I got a text message from Tot, and she was asking if I wanted to talk, if I could talk, if it was okay to call, because she knows that I'm not the best talker on the phone. I don't like talking on the phone that much, which I'm actually working on now.
Okay.
With this podcast, it makes it a whole lot better.
Nice.
So I told her, yeah, that's fine and stuff. And she ended up calling me We sat on the phone. She was actually frustrated in her new relationship
Okay.
now, which was, I was like,
Yeah, I don't know if you was the best person to come to about
yeah.
that.
But she knew that I was a person that would be honest with her.
Okay.
And let her know where she was wrong and some certain things like that.
Okay.
So we talked for a while. She was telling me about the things she was going through. She's talking about the things that she talked with her family to, and talked to her family about, excuse me. And they just told her that she likes to self-sabotage her relationships.
I can see that.
So I just told her some things that she might want to work on. She actually ended up apologizing to me.
Oh, okay.
Because I tell my girlfriends, if this doesn't work out, I still want us to be friends.
Right.
But at the time, she didn't want to speak to me. She didn't want to be friends because she still wanted to be together and stuff. But we were just too different, and we had too far apart things to work on and stuff. So, but she said she had been working on some things and dealing with her shortcomings and stuff like that. So I just reassured her that she's doing well. She told me that she's doing a lot of things on her own that she wasn't doing before.
Nice.
So I just let her know that I'm proud of her and stuff like that. And then she also told me that she was glad that I was working on some things, and that if I could learn to communicate better, or no, she said if I learn to open up more,
okay,
then I would be the perfect man. So
okay.
I told her I'm definitely working on that.
Yeah.
I think this podcast is actually helping with that, with me opening up a little bit more.
Yeah, talking about a little more things.
Yeah, so I've been better with talking on the phone.
Yeah.
So it was a good conversation and stuff. She just told me if I would feel it in my spirit to call her, because I was actually thinking about her probably the night before, just wondering if she was okay and how she's doing. To call her, but I try to respect relationships because I had a similar thing happen. It was my relationships, but I was physically involved with somebody, and we were still cool, and she had an issue with it, so I didn't want to cause the same thing on her side and stuff. But they say they love each other and stuff, so I was like, girl, work that out.
Yeah. Well, that's big of you, because when I be done, I don't want to hear shit.
I try to be friends with all my exes.
That's
and a lot of people
though.
say that's a mistake.
No, I don't think it's a mistake, man.
I don't hold grudges like that. It's only one person I held a grudge with, and we won't talk about him.
Yeah, you'll fight him to this day.
Yeah, slap the shit out of him. Yeah.
That is funny, man. But that's good. I feel like that does show progress. That does show growth. I'm glad y'all was able to have that conversation, because sometimes I feel like there's always open-ended issues that may need to be resolved.
Yeah.
And on both ends, I think y'all benefited from that conversation. So I'm glad y'all was able to have that, man. I think that's good for sure. But tonight, man, we got a guest with us, another guest. Every now and again we have guests on the 2 Cent You Call It podcast. So we want to welcome our OG.
Yeah.
This is one of our OGs. We want to welcome Bernie to our show. Bernie, what's up, man?
Good evening. How you doing?
All right, now. Came in with the radio voice. Bernie.
Hey, Bernie Reed. He came in ready. What's up, Bernie? Man, welcome to the show. We've been talking about this for a while. We are glad to have you here, brother. Tell us a little bit about you.
Bernie Reed. I was born in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And I'm still connected up there very well with my family and everybody's up there. And I've been in Dallas for quite some time, so people say that you've been here over 5 years. Then Dallas is your home now. But I still keep my roots watered, and they're still sprouting up there in Oklahoma, so I'm still, I guess you call it, I'm in both places.
Okay.
Told you what?
No.
Told you what?
No. What did he just say? He said if you've been here for more than 5 years.
That's what people say.
This considered.
But Bernie said.
You not
from Oklahoma.
Bernie spent most of his life.
I spent most of my life in Hart. out there
You spent most of your life here.
fighting.
Yeah, I will flip all this shit over.
Yo, this is Bernie Allison.
Oh,
But yeah, man, Bernie, welcome to the podcast. Like we said, this is one of our OGs. We've been knowing. Well, I've been knowing. I think you've been knowing.
I've known Bernie longer than you.
Yeah, so I've been knowing Bernie probably about 8 years. I would say
Mm-hmm.
8 years.
that's a long time.
It is, man. They say if a relationship lasts past 7 years, then that's like it's supposed to be like long term. Like you supposed to.
Okay.
Y'all gonna
Well,
be knowing each other
I can
for
see that. I
a
can
long
see that.
time, man.
Yeah.
So and you've been knowing Bernie how long?
Since 2012.
Okay, so about 9. So yeah,
Yeah.
you've been a little bit longer than me.
Yeah, just like a semester longer than you.
yeah. Okay, yeah. That's what's up. Bernie is one of, like you said, one of our OGs. He's one of our seasoned brothers. You know what I'm saying? One of the people that we go to when we might need a little bit of advice, or we want to talk a couple of things, out. He's definitely seen a lot, knows a lot, can tell us a lot, teach us a lot. So
Yeah.
we definitely welcome him on the show. Bernie, first things first, how was your week, man?
My week's been good. Let's be back just a little bit
Okay.
to how long we've been knowing each other, and that as since 2011 and 12 seemed like a long time. To me, it's not, but what I really want to make sure it's understood that you guys are some family or men that I can see us being friends and acquaintances and close acquaintances for years to come
Thank you, Bernie.
because of y'all's personality and attitude.
We appreciate
that.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. But yeah, man, what you do this week?
Oh, this week I try to take care of a little business around the house, and I do a little handyman stuff on the side. So people always call me to do some stuff, and being a retiree,
I was just gonna say, Bernie, you can't say
yes.
on the side because
Yes, it is on the side.
you're retired.
This is
I'm
everything.
retired. It's really on the side.
Uh-huh.
And I try to get some things done for people because it's kind of, I want to be able to give back. So a lot of it is helping people be able to get something out of my help. You call just somebody on the phone, they're gonna rip you off, or they're gonna do a bum job. But I try to do quality work for somebody, and I try to make sure they feel comfortable with what they're paying for. So I don't feel like they get stuff for free, but take care of my time and their time.
Okay. Now, obviously, we don't know nothing about that retired life. So, tell us. I mean, how does it feel to be retired? Like, how do you feel every day? Because I mean, we wake up 5 days a week and we gotta clock in somebody's job. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I did as well. During my time, yes, I had to get up, and when Monday morning rolled around, the Monday morning blues, yes, that's real.
Mm-hmm.
So now, as retired, then I'll get up and I'll have my coffee, then I'll have my sweet roll or whatever I want to eat, and then I'll sit up and look out the window and decide if I'm going to go walk or not. But if I don't go walking, I'll walk around the house and do some exercise. I will go swing dancing, and I try to keep that exercise, and I go out on my boat. My boat requires a lot of up and down and climbing in and climbing out and rocking on the water, so you really have to use muscles in order to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't pay anybody to do my lawn service and stuff, so that's exercise. So
Okay.
I try to keep moving. Somebody told me you don't keep moving, then you'll stop. And I don't want to stop.
I've definitely heard that. I heard that before.
We not looking for you to stop anytime soon.
Yeah.
But we gonna get some use out of that boat. We keep telling you that we gonna have to drive the boat.
Yes.
Let
I
me
drive
drive
the
the
boat.
boat. Let me drive.
Let me drive the boat. Yeah, man. So I think one of the big reasons that we wanted to get you on the show, man, is because you are definitely somebody that we respect. Somebody that we look up to, somebody that we seek advice from, from time to time.
We just had a conversation about that.
We did
in the pre-show, I guess you can call it that, or pre-production.
Yeah. It's the setup.
The
Yeah.
setup, yeah, and stuff like that. And I told you that I really respected your opinion and stuff. Even when some people might take it as offense or take it as saying that you're just not ready to do something.
Yeah.
But I think that's what the OGs are for.
And so, okay, so definition. What is your definition of an OG?
OG. Okay, so the literal definition, well, the original definition is the original gangster.
Yeah.
But from there, it's going to go on in different aspects of life.
Right.
So I mean, you still have your OGs in the streets, but you also have your OGs in whatever field or whatever aspect of life
Right.
that you're trying to go to. This is
I got
somebody.
that in here. Y'all gonna disappoint my mom telling me I'm an original gangster.
Well, I mean, that's what it originally was, but it's we done stepped away from that. But it's just a older guy. Well, I wouldn't even necessarily say an older guy. It's just somebody that's been in the field, been in life longer than you, or been doing something longer than you that you seek advice from.
Right.
They kind of direct you in the direction that you want to go. Now,
Right.
OGs on the other side that your mama might not like. They might have pointed you in the wrong direction.
Yeah, they gonna teach you the game.
But even then, some of those OGs in the streets, they would see the ones that had potential of being something great. And
Right.
they would be like, hey, get your little ass out of here.
Right.
You don't need to be here.
Right.
So that's what an OG is.
Yeah. And
So
I kind of feel the same way. It's definitely somebody that's in your life, that you respect. Somebody that you can talk to, gain advice from. And like you said, it's all about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of times, especially in our generation, not kind of our generation, kind of the generation after us, a lot of people don't want to be told anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you get to a point that you got somebody around that knows the game, knows how to navigate, knows, has been through a lot of points in life.
Mhm.
I think you gotta take that, you gotta appreciate that, you gotta respect that, and that's something that I think everybody needs. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so that for me is my definition, and that's why I definitely appreciate people like Bernie.
Now, Bernie, in your day, from the definition of OG to us, obviously that term meant original gangster.
Yeah.
In your time.
Yeah.
In your time, what would be the term of what we're describing?
I think my opinion only is that it was just the elders. The
Okay.
elders, you can listen to your elders. It was back in the day when whipping was, I guess, legal. So somebody else might tap you up. Probably used to call it tune you up.
Okay.
And then tell your parents, and then if they feel you wasn't tuned up well enough, then they'll tune you up again. So it was the elders, I'd say. But just to kind of tap into what you guys are saying and reflecting back, we had the tendency of really, when an elder or somebody started talking to you, you kind of listen to them. Most of us, but nowadays it seems like the generation now, and I think you guys are going to lead into this maybe, but the generation now, I don't think very many pay attention to the OGs, as you call it now. I talked to quite a few parents, and they talk more about their black male children. Just want to do their thing. So I came with the conclusion that the younger generation just kind of want to live today and tomorrow and maybe next week, but they don't look at 20, 30 years from now, or I'll be what I'll be doing. Not many, and I had the conversation with Walter, I know. I haven't had it with X about looking into the future and planning for the future. And Walter told me a couple of things that I was kind of like, I didn't like what he said, but then I know Walter kind of listened to me and paid attention to things I said. I just shared with his mother just not too long ago that he had the tendency to kind of, at least let you say what you're going to say. Now, if you go home and say it, blank him. But at least I know you heard what I said. But and that's why I admire him and his attitude so much. Because people, young folks nowadays, it doesn't seem to really value what somebody has done in the past. Oh, that's old school. We don't do it like that anymore.
Yeah.
And then they stumble and fall right in the same.
Yeah, and I definitely see it. I definitely see it that way. I kind of see it both ways on certain terms. I definitely see that there's some things that we are going through in this generation that the previous generation has never dealt with, because a lot of things have changed. You know what I'm saying? As far as technology, as far as just how accessible everybody is, as far as social media. So we do deal with certain things that are new, but at the same time, we deal with a whole bunch of things that have already been done. And the famous saying goes,
nothing new under the sun.
Yeah. But let me counter that a little bit.
Okay.
And you have your own opinions, but it says nothing is new under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Way back into Jesus Christ's time, in the Bible scripture, there's nothing new under the sun. It just have a little different twist on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. Back when Black Lives Matter, we were fighting for equal justice, equal rights. Well, Martin Luther King fought for equal rights.
Right,
In a different
right.
way, but it's just a little twist to it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you pay attention to what happened back then, it'll help you fight a better fight today.
Yeah.
And because it's the same thing, it's just and progress has been made. So the fight is the same, but you fight differently. That's my opinion on that.
No, I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your 2 cents.
Yeah, my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Plug.
That's what it's all about, is having opinions on here, and that's what we know that you are very opinionated
And
OG, and we appreciate
we
that
do.
opinion.
We do appreciate
and we
that.
respect it a lot.
And yeah, we always talk about that too, especially when me and X talk about Bernie. We talk about that a lot. The fact that, I think everybody sitting here right now, everybody on this podcast, we all three are very straight shooters.
Yes.
And we appreciate that.
Some more than others.
Some more than others. And we appreciate.
Say about 2 got a little bit more finesse than 1.
I can't finish shit. But we appreciate that, and I think just as you was talking earlier, when Bernie gave you some advice a couple of years back, and I think at some point it felt like it could have been a misunderstanding, but again, we appreciate that in our OG. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate his opinion. So it wasn't like anything that we didn't feel. You didn't feel offended by it.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
no.
And I think that's the biggest thing. You have to be coachable in this day and age, because.
But I will say this: it does have to come from somebody that I respect their opinion,
For sure.
and that I find is an OG.
For sure.
Because if you don't mean shit to me, and you giving me your opinion, it's
Father fuck.
the fuck out my face. Who the fuck is you?
Yeah.
Like, alright,
yeah, but no, Bernie's definitely that person. I one instance for sure. When I was getting ready to buy my house, he was definitely somebody I called up and was like, "Hey, kind of tell me what you think about this. What were your experiences? How did you navigate through it? Because that's something that's it's a very stressful situation. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't.
Well, it's kind of like what I was saying too. It's like when I was saying it's the same struggle, it's just a little twist to it.
Yeah.
When I bought a house, it was like 16% interest.
Yeah.
Now it's like 3 or 4%.
Yeah,
so it's the same struggle, but a little twist to it.
But the difference is you got to look at that too. The times have changed.
Yeah.
The difference is the price of the house is way more now than it was back then. Versus the interest. So it's like. It's a different playing field, but it's the same pieces. You know
Just
what I'm saying?
starting out, $100,000 house was expensive.
Right. And now we looking at $300,000 houses.
But just starting out, $300,000 was expensive. Same fight.
Yeah. And so when I got into that realm and I started looking at it, he was definitely somebody that I looked to be like that guidance. You know,
Okay.
and I think everybody needs that. You know, we all need guidance at some point in time. We all need, you know, people that have been through what we're trying to embark on, and that kind of goes back to what Bernie said. So Bernie, we were talking about who y'all looked up to and who the OGs or you know, back in your day, when you was a knee high to grasshopper like we are.
He was a cool cat.
cool cat with his fedora and his starched jeans. I know it's clean. What what did that look like for y'all? Like back in your day,
Who were the OGs?
Yeah, who
who were the elders?
Okay. Well, this is what come to mind, and I don't know if it's really going. I think it's going to answer, but it's kind of a roundabout way.
Okay.
I was my uncle lived in Kansas City. My uncle and aunt lived in Kansas City. I lived in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And so I left Oklahoma to go up and visit him. So I was sitting on the porch, and my uncle had this stepdaughter that was kind of younger. But she was running around through the house, and she come running by, and my uncle was sitting out on the porch, and she come by, and my uncle was looking at me, but I knew he was looking at me, but I was looking at her, and so my uncle honestly came through again. I guess my head flopped around like a swivel, and so when she went upstairs, he looked at me and said, "Don't leave that alone. You're too slow for that." I didn't understand. I'm like, I'm too slow. I'm in college. Looking back, yeah, you're right.
He was just giving you some of that senior advice, huh?
Yeah.
And I remember it to this day.
Yeah. Okay.
So you had uncles.
Yes.
What about was there any, I guess, guys in the streets that
Not in the streets, but just that you knew that wasn't family.
yeah that way.
Yeah.
Well, I joined this organization when I was right out of college,
Okay.
and they said some things and kind of took me under my wing, under
Okay.
their wing, to kind of give me some guidance and stuff. And I listened. So,
Okay.
as you guys would probably say, some of the stuff I'm saying today is like, oh boy, nah, it don't fit me. But looking back on it, and I was looking at something that was said back in Oklahoma's Tulsa burning. One of those guys was one of the very instrumental men in that struggle, and I knew him. He was in my organization, and so you know, he really gravitated to me and said some things that I still remember today. It's a good friend of mine, Ken Manus. He and I were talking about some of those things that he said just last week.
Okay.
Oh, and
So,
happy
yes.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Ken Mangus.
Ken Manus, happy birthday.
Yeah. So is from an OG standpoint, is there anything that you would say that you dabbled in maybe in your younger age that it was a lesson learned and something something that you could say today that maybe from a younger standpoint, you know, you learned that lesson, you want to pass it on?
Oh man. I don't know. It basically is the same as I've been saying all along, is that just at least listen to what somebody of a different age level, you just listen to what they're saying. You can use it, but if I know you, if I'm talking to you, I know you're listening, well then that's fine. You know,
Okay.
you use it or not, but you heard it, and one day in your life you may have to use it. So yeah, just at least listen. I have a nephew that's getting ready to go to Langston University.
Okay. Shout out to
Yeah,
you.
HBCUs.
HBCUs. And a friend of mine, we were out on the boat and we were talking, and he, you know, as I would do all the time, is when you see somebody young, you kind of start talking to them.
Yeah.
And first thing I did was observe my nephew to see what he was going to do. And as the guy was talking to him, he listened to every word he said, and he interjected comments that gave me the understanding that he was listening. And so, and that's the first thing I told him, is that it's good that you listen to people, what they have to say, and not discredit them or talk like, well, I know this, I know that, because you're just 17 years old. How you going to know what this man knows when he's 35, 40, 50 years old?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. So at least listen,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you can use that thing down the road. I have. There are things that happen that I listen to, and I use it down the road. Like, you're too slow for that.
Oh, I should have listened. I should have had you in my life a little bit sooner,
Right,
Bernie.
you too slow for that.
Little red Corvette.
Oh yeah, it's not Prince.
Well, let me ask you this though. No, you good. We need all those ASMR.
Yeah.
I was about to spell something else. Is there an age limit on your OG?
No.
No.
I don't think so. And when I say that, and I think you kind of touched on it earlier, I feel like it's not per se a age because you got old fools, and you got people.
A whole bunch of them.
You got people when they start talking, you know for damn sure. I'm gonna filter this.
You need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like you,
I ain't gonna be rude about it.
yeah, I'm gonna respect my elder.
But just listen to it.
Yeah, but you can't tell me shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Listen to it. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Point. Listen to it, and then put it where it needs to be.
Yeah. And if that's flushing that shit down the toilet. But I don't. Yeah, I don't think there's a per se age on it on being an OG. I feel like there's experience.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say that I'm never going to go to somebody for advice. If I'm talking about advice, I'm never going to go to somebody for advice that I know is not experienced in the topic that I'm asking for advice on.
Gotcha.
And I feel like that's what makes you an OG.
Okay.
If you are versed in the topic that you're discussing, you can be an OG all day. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's that, and you talked about that earlier. I think it's that experience in that particular point of life or that particular topic that you can speak on that makes you an OG. What about you?
I can see that. Yeah, definitely. I feel the same on the street side.
Yeah.
We're talking because I had a life prior to my life now before I got everything together. The OG would just be
got saved.
Yeah. There was different definitions. Like if you had a certain amount of years, but even then, is if you had a certain amount of years into something, you made it to be an OG.
Right.
What Boosie said, if you made it to C25 in a certain area, you was an OG. And you could tell some people. And then if you got double that, then you double OG, triple OG, respectively, and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess if you that lifestyle.
If you in that lifestyle, that's it. But nowadays, I just look to see the men that have been in the field that can tell me about certain aspects of life, and that I see that are striving and have gained some kind of footing in it. You just can't be like, oh yeah, I know about yada yada yada, and you ain't did shit inside it, and you still at the base level and think that you can tell somebody and think that you're an OG. But my OGs, I hope they know who they are, because I will always come to them and stuff. Like Corey, he had his podcast. He was our OG
for sure.
At a podcast game. He gave us the tips and stuff like that. And then I've had uncles that gave me the game on certain stuff.
Yeah.
My grandpa is a huge OG in relationship wise. Because he tell me like, nah, you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that, baby. And stuff. Tell me bring him by Louisiana before I decide to do anything. But definitely me growing up with I think I'm getting on tangent. I think I'm having the ADD moment.
You good?
For the first 5-6 years of my life, no father figure in the house. Grew up with my grandma, my sister, and my mother.
Mhm.
But my uncles and my grandpa, they were my OGs, and they showed me what a man is supposed to look like. We're gonna get off. Let me pull off on the side of the highway. Let me pose this to both of y'all.
Okay.
Do you believe that a mother can show a boy how to be a man?
Let's ask the father in the room, because
Okay.
I think that's more of a question that can be directed to him, because he's raised a daughter.
Okay.
And he's raised a son, and he knows both sides of the coin. So, Bernie, that question is more so for you.
Let me get this out.
Let's be
you're-
real about it.
I'm trying to finesse it a little
Nah,
bit.
be real
This is
about it.
very real. Until you had a daughter,
Okay.
you've not experienced love.
Okay.
It's just something to the father-daughter relationship that I see.
Okay.
Now, I hear it's the same thing with mother-son.
Okay.
And you got both of you guys that run your mother. And I
I'm
don't know
on
anything about
somebody.
that. Okay.
Somebody.
Yeah. So, but I get emotional when I think about my daughter. And I love my son as well, but he doesn't listen like my daughter listens to me.
Okay.
So, but I think he listens to his mother more. But that's that. The question was, do you think a mother can raise a son? And my answer is no.
Okay.
Okay.
She can raise him to adulthood, but as far as being a man, you have to be a man to know what a man deals with.
Yeah,
You see
definitely.
it, read about it, hear about it. They can tell you, but when you experience it, it's a different story.
Yeah.
So no is my answer, and the same is true with a man raising a daughter to be a woman.
So
And
even
I-
if you don't have either that father figure or that mother figure, you need that quote unquote OG to give you that guidance.
Yes, but my opinion only is that you get the most value out of your father.
Definitely. I would
And
wholeheartedly agree with that.
That's on a average, a high average.
Yeah.
Because some fathers are not true fathers to their children, but if you got a father that's trying to, you get the most value out of that, him being your father, because he's going to tell you stuff. Because when he's talking to you and he care about you, he's talking to himself, and it's a part of him.
Yeah, and I think that talks about a little bit what we were talking about a couple of episodes ago, about how, as black men, we function on the spectrum of not wanting to show emotion, not wanting to talk about our problems, not want to. We had a whole episode about mental health and issues that we just deal with as young men. You know what I'm saying? And those coming up, those were things that you were told were a sign of weakness. Those were things that you couldn't talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that having a father figure or having that OG, that's something that you can talk to them about. That's something that you can get to the point to where you're saying that, yeah, I understand. They understand where you're coming from, and y'all can actually sit down and have that conversation, about how this is genuinely affecting you as a black man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just lost my train of thought very fast. I'm sorry. Y'all know I got you.
But let me step back in. Yes,
Go ahead.
I think that a mother can raise a son, but I think that and everybody, it's a part of life. You don't get everything even though my father was probably in the house, there's still some things that I probably missed and didn't get.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if the OG, your grandfather, your uncle, or something like that is in your life, that's still you're still getting something out of that.
Yeah.
But you may not. I'm just saying that you get that little bit that's really going to carry you a long way if you're talking to your true father.
Yeah.
If he's in your life.
Yeah, and I guess posing that question, well, along those lines, you talk about that your father, but does that also apply to father figures? And because I feel like it does, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be your bloodline that can lead you or give you that direction that you need, that you're looking for. And I know that you can talk about that.
Yeah, so I didn't grow up in the house with my biological father.
Right.
And we just recently got back into speaking terms and stuff like that. We're friends with Facebook. We had a whole conversation.
That means it's we Facebook friends.
He's not listed as my father on Facebook, but we Facebook friends. But I did grow up around my uncles and stuff, and then thankfully, my mother, she got married when I was 5 and a half, 6, around that range. So basically, from 5 and a half till this day, I had a stepfather in the house, and I don't call him my stepfather, I just call him my dad.
Yeah.
Because that's what I know. He's raised me.
Shout out to Pops, man. He's a great man.
He is. He's raised me. He's caved my chest in when I tried to buck and all that shit. He pulled me out of sports when I wasn't acting right. He was always. I call my parents the blueprint. So I look at their life and I model it after them. So I had my phase where I was like, okay, I can date a woman that's had kids before because I've seen it done before, and I've seen him love those kids as if they are their own.
Yeah, man, because your pops came in and he did his thing, man, and I've seen that. I've seen that love for y'all. I've seen him around y'all. It takes a big man.
It does. I attempted it. It didn't work out, but you know, it's not for everybody.
Right.
But I'm not saying that it's a negative to those ladies out there. If you do have kids, there is a man that's there to step in and that is willing to help. But that love and that guidance that a man can give that a woman can't give is definitely appreciated. Yeah. Even to the point where everybody thinks that this is my biological father.
For sure.
And they say once you spend enough time around somebody, y'all start to look alike and everything
that.
All you gotta do is feed him.
Yeah, because you and your pops, and when I say your pops, I mean your step pops.
Yeah.
Y'all definitely look alike. To me,
literally everybody's like, you look just like him.
And people say the same thing about my sister. Like my people think my sister looked like my mom. Well. And I attribute that because I think my sister's mom and my mom kind of look alike.
Okay.
My dad definitely had a type.
He has a type.
But
let me look.
I think.
Let me see that picture real quick.
I'll show you. But not that one.
That was what I was trying to.
But yeah, I think they look alike. But yeah, you know who should have had OG? PJ Washington. We gonna revisit that story. Because I think it just the depth keeps coming to it.
Oh my God, Bernie, are you familiar with the PJ Washington story?
No, you talking about Proud Family on TV?
Right. You just showed your age.
So PJ Washington, we talked about him a little bit on last episode. He's a basketball player. I think I fucked his name up last episode. I think I said AJ.
PJ, he plays for the Hornets.
The Hornets. And he ended up, getting married to this young lady, Brittany Renner, and she was known, but even before they got together, for making videos, making statements saying that
this is how you trap athletes because they're dumb.
Yeah,
and they don't wear condoms.
Basketball players are dumb. They don't wear condoms. You can trap them.
Just athletes.
Yeah, or
because she got flued. Well, no, she didn't get flued out. She flued herself out.
Yeah.
to smash Colin Kaepernick.
And well, he didn't give a shit.
He said that you gotta fly yourself out
But
fly yourself back.
Yeah, but she said this is how you. She basically said in a previous interview that this is how you get it, or not interview. She said in a previous statement, I don't know if it was on social media or whatever, but she said this is how you get a bag. You know what I'm saying? You get with an athlete because they stupid, they don't use condoms, and that's what ended up happening. She got with a basketball player.
Well, to be fair, he married her.
Okay, yeah. So she got with a baller. He married her. They had a kid together. She secretly filed for divorce.
2 weeks.
2 weeks after
she
baby.
had the baby.
Yeah, after the baby was born, she secretly filed for divorce. And rumors are, obviously they gotta go to court.
Yeah.
But rumors are he gonna have to pay $200K a month for this baby. He should have had an OG.
An OG. As an OG, what would you have?
What's your take on it, Brandon?
I almost quoted Fred Sanford.
Well, quote him, shit.
Your big dummy.
Well, I'll mess around with him there. Ain't nothing uglier than an old.
Hey, it's no holds barred, Bertie. If you want to let loose, you can let
This
loose.
is the 2 Cent You Call It podcast.
We said walk mama home. so we could
cuss.
What you think about that?
I don't know. It there's so many traps that people warn you about them, and you just don't pay attention. You don't listen.
That's what I said, man.
The thing I was talking about earlier. You just have to listen.
If a tiger show you his stripes, you ain't gonna believe it's a ram.
Yeah.
Yes. Like Kanye West and Kardashian.
Not the Kardashian curse.
Yeah.
It lasted a while, but same thing.
Well, we knew that was a detriment. It's the Kardashian curse.
Yeah, man.
Ain't no man survived the Kardashian curse.
I don't know. You gonna take his advice? Can you listen to it? No, let me not say that. I might have
Let's get it out.
offend people that's struggling with addiction.
Yeah, no, that is definitely not something that's funny. We definitely praying for you, but
which addiction talking about? Drugs or the lady?
It was drugs. Well, both.
Well, he was addicted to both. We can talk about that.
He was on drugs in the spot where the ladies is at.
He was addicted to both of them white girls.
White girls. Well, he was addicted to the hard white girl.
Yeah,
The stiff, the muscular.
That low name.
It's cheap. Show me the receipts.
Crack at the whack. No, but yeah, man, he definitely needed an OG on that one. Man, prayers out to that brother.
Yes.
I definitely hope he recovers. I at this point, I hope he plays in the league a long time because 20,000. I'm sorry, 200. 200,000. I hope that brother plays a long time.
Man, but did you just recently it showed that her and Tiana Trump, I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's a adult film star.
Okay.
They got locked up a while back. Matter of fact, she got locked up in Oklahoma.
Oh, not Oklahoma.
For like drug trafficking and stuff like
Oh.
that. But they have decided to go on a college tour together. He told you, Eric told you. Yes.
A college tour?
Yes.
What do you mean a college tour?
They going to hunt. Well, no, I ain't gonna say hunt, but they just going to. Let me tell you something. We in a new environment. And Brother Reed, our OG, Bernie Reed, he is trying to refill his cup.
He straight got up.
You get up off the mic. Let me tell you, I done got off the mic before too, because I was like, but it was for different reasons. Nah, you good. Going on the college tour, so they doing parties and stuff like that. So,
trying to trap people?
That's what I figured, because Brittany Renner, she kind of like red-shirted PJ Washington. She started talking to him in college.
Oh.
So she said, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
she said she knew he was gonna be big.
He shot his shot at her. She was like, "Oh, okay," and she hit the lotto. If you wanna, you know, I love, and I just don't want to become a simp.
Let me tell you, the simping that ain't the way to go.
Let me stop before we get in trouble and people try to cancel us.
In trouble. If you try to, let me tell you this: don't try to turn no hoe into no housewife.
Hey, man, you know.
Nah. If
I was told that I was a hoe at one point in my life.
Well, you can't be a housewife.
I'm tired of it. We had a whole conversation about me being fuckboy.
Well, we did.
Level.
But
my Super Saiyan fuckboy level is off the charts.
Level 9,000, you in there. But nah, I mean, at the end of the day, if the red flags are shown, man, I just feel like you gotta take heed to them, man. You just can't be like, oh, I see that red flag, but I'm gonna let it.
We gonna make it work.
Yeah, nah, man, I'm out on it. But in other news, Lizzo, she went on a whole breakdown. You found that story. What happened?
So I don't pay attention too much to Lizzo because I'm not into her music or anything like that. I think she makes a lot of male bashing music.
Does she?
From what I've heard, but I only heard the first 2 singles, so I'm not going all into it.
Okay.
But she's definitely a talented young lady. She's on the heavier side.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like people definitely have an issue with her. In the past, they've talked about her twerking at Lakers games with her buttocks out.
And some of her wardrobe choices, right?
Yes. But recently she just did a song with Cardi B, and they said that she is perpetuating
rumors, maybe.
Rumors. That's the name of the song. Haven't heard it. Don't care to listen to it because I don't listen to Lizzo like that. But they perpetuate. They saying that she perpetuates the mammy stereotype.
Okay.
So bigger lady, breastfeeding the white babies and stuff like that.
Okay.
And she actually ended up breaking down, crying on, I believe it was Instagram, saying why are people so tough on her.
This is actually not the first time that she broke down on Instagram.
Yes. But I see a lot of people saying that it's a lot of this narrative, and I don't want y'all to think that I'm misogynistic or the what they call quote unquote red pill. They had good points and stuff. I see that stuff, but they only think that black women seem to be criticized in these aspects of things.
Okay.
But I do think that heavier set men do still get criticized. There is people that find heavier women attractive. There are people that find heavier men attractive. So I think I see the narrative being pushed that it's only black women that
let me tell you
get this.
So let me say this
criticism.
I don't. I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
Well, no, you're not disagreeing with me, but
well, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to disagree with that statement that people say that only black women get this. So, as a man of a girthy statue, of a heavier statue, the weight lowers in the house. I would say that it's all about your presentation. At some point in time, and I don't care how you feel about it, I feel like at some point in time, the way you present yourself is everything, right? If I go out on the beach with a Speedo on, as a man,
brother, you said you was about to go out there.
That was a joke. As a man over 300 pounds, I'm going to expect somebody to have an opinion about it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that I shouldn't do it. I'm not going to say that if I feel comfortable as who I am, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to say that if you decide to do it,
Yeah.
Don't expect no one to say anything about it. You gotta understand, if you're so confident in yourself and who you are,
you gotta hold that.
Yeah.
Confidence goes a long way.
Exactly.
Confidence can attract people.
Yeah.
But also confidence can.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
About.
If you feel like you that confident in the situation, and you feel like you have that much gauze about you, then do it and don't give a fuck what nobody says about it.
Yeah.
But if you know that you're going to step out on that limb, and you know what I'm saying, that this is abnormal or this is not something that is seen on an everyday basis, you gotta expect criticism after that.
Yeah.
And so when it comes, don't be like, oh man, I didn't want this criticism, or why y'all talking about me? You kind of put it out there. Yeah, you kind of put it out there to be talked about. So if that's what it is, man, just stand in that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you confident about it, be confident. Don't give a fuck what nobody say about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, like compensate in another area.
Yeah. So I just feel like that about it. I feel like with that instance, you know what I'm saying?
Cause she said she is 100% that bitch.
And that's what I'm saying. If you gonna claim it, then be it. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk like that and then in another phrase be like, oh, I don't know why y'all coming for me, or I'm so hurt about it. Nah. Stand in that shit and be like, I don't give a fuck what y'all
parked
say.
up in the background. that motherfucker.
Yeah, man. You gotta stand in that shit and be like, I don't give a fuck what you say.
Yeah, man. I mean, confidence isn't easy for everybody. But if that's what you claim, just
stand in it.
Yeah.
Stand in it.
I mean, even with you understand that you're a bigger guy.
Exactly.
But you tell me all the time. You be like,
do not give a
hey, look at her, look at me.
Right.
My motherfucking family would roast her, and I would too.
It's all about presentation. Yeah. And like I said, if you confident, stand in that shit. You know what I'm saying? I walk into a room and be like, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You get. It is like.
Don't say that motherfucker.
Yeah. If you call me fat, I'm not. First of all, I'm gonna make a fat joke before you do.
Exactly.
So I'm not. It's not nothing that I'm self-conscious about. Nothing that I'm gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like. You still can be that motherfucker, but don't like I said, don't expect to step out on that limb and not expect any criticism about it. You know what I'm saying?
How you feel about that, Bernie?
Man, looking back on the years, I guess I'd say nowadays. What do you mean you said that? Nowadays, people want to try to do things and justify why it's okay. Like they will interject their whatever villain that they're dealing with and try to make you accept it. I think she knows that her weight is not healthy. I don't know how many people have been her size and lived a long life. I don't know, but I think that very few. But nowadays, people want to live their life, and then they want to inject it on you and make you accept it.
Yeah,
definitely.
But whatever weight she is, that's her business.
Yeah.
But don't come and try to make me come to my door and try to make me accept the fact that you are what you are.
Yeah.
That's fine. Do it on your own terms, but don't come to me and make me accept it. I mean, I can't say that, okay, you are how you are and that's good. The doctor may say it's unhealthy, but okay, that's fine. If I can't say that. I mean, it's like I want the best for you. So.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna be about it, be about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you gonna say,
I agree, totally agree.
If you gonna say that,
don't go out there on the beach like that and just everybody not seeing that.
Yeah. And if they say something about it and you feel
expect it
the way you expect it, but also if you feel the way you feel about yourself, then fuck what they say, because obviously you said that you didn't care, right?
Yeah.
So
don't care.
Yeah, don't. and that's what I'm saying. Like, don't come back 5 days later and be like, oh man, I'm getting all this feedback and y'all just so harsh. No, if you, like I said, you walked out the house, you know what you look like. You know what I'm saying? If you walked out and you was like, hey, I'm confident, then fucking be confident. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's it. That's it. All around the world, man, we got a lot of things going on.
Definitely. And let me say this, because you about to go around the world pretty soon.
Okay.
So this is episode 12.
It is.
We not gonna say that this is a season for us and we not coming back. But you're getting ready to start your traveling.
I'm traveling a little bit.
Pretty soon. And
Yes.
I wanna say that I am proud of you, brother.
Thank you.
That is very big of you because you never do anything outside of organization life, and I have to force you to take a break.
It's true.
So I'm definitely proud of you. So we're gonna do a little bit of an extended episode to hold you over.
Yeah, we're gonna give y'all a little bit extra because we will not be posting an episode next week.
Yes.
Because I will not be here. I'll be out of town.
But we got some big stuff coming up.
We do.
Once you come back.
We do have some
I'm so
big stuff.
excited about it.
Yeah.
Some big
And I'll
hits.
definitely tell y'all where I've been. I'll definitely tell y'all what I did. And, invite y'all into that space.
We were gonna try to do it, but it just
We
live busy lives.
Well, again, we feel like we want to bring the best possible
Yes.
content, and we feel like if me and my brother are not in the same room, we don't get the same vibe that we give y'all every week. And so we were gonna do it over the web. We were gonna both log in and have conversation, but it's just the vibe ain't the same.
We haven't we haven't even tested it yet to see how it's going to be. So I was going to try to bring some people in, and I got a diva that works with me. He was like, "You are not going to record without me." And I was like,
"This is the 2 cent. You called it. We are the 1 and 2 cent, motherfucker. You are not gonna put nobody else on the co-host of this show. You got me fucked up. Nah, we're not doing that. Yeah, but I appreciate that encouragement, brother. And we definitely gonna make it happen for the people, regardless. So y'all might miss us for a week, but please go ahead and catch up on the content if you haven't. We appreciate all the like, shares. Please like, share, subscribe,
turn on your notification bell, all that.
And we want to hear from everybody. We definitely appreciate all of our fans, everybody that tunes in. We trying to grow this thing, man, and we want to keep doing this thing for y'all. So please, like, share, subscribe, all of that. Comment. We definitely look for the comments. But moving on with the show.
You're not traveling to Afghanistan.
At this point, I am not traveling to Afghanistan. Because they got a lot of shit going on over there, man. The Taliban has taken over.
Well,
they have overthrown the government. The U.S. said.
I had a visual.
Okay.
You hanging on the front landing gear.
No, you didn't have that visual with me.
You ain't about that life.
No, but I did see the video, and man, that was some crazy shit to me.
It really makes you appreciate where you live. But I'm still not giving you a pass, USA, for the bullshit that goes on in our
country. No, for sure.
Motherfuckers be quick to tell you, if you don't like it, leave. Like, no, we gonna change this shit.
Yeah, and so we so I kind of talked about that a little earlier this week. Now I did see the video of the jet. It was like I don't know the actual jet, but it's the equivalent of like a 757.
It was like a cargo plane.
Yeah, and so it was leaving over there, and it had all the U.S. It was basically the last U.S. embassy flight that was coming from Afghanistan back to the U.S. And you just saw a whole bunch of people on the runway. Yeah. And it was like they were trying to get on the plane, man.
Wherever they could.
By any means necessary. And I was like, bruh.
Y'all are not about to.
First of all, it's got to be fucking bad for you to say that I don't give a damn. I will fly on these wings.
Holding on.
I will try because it ain't gonna happen.
No.
But I will try to hang on to these wings to get out of this
fuck
country.
up out of here.
Bruh,
Man.
that's some crazy shit.
I definitely feel like let me say this the right way, because I have family that's in the military.
Yeah. Respect.
I never really liked us being there, and I think we stayed there way too long.
I'd have to agree. Bernie, being a person that has seen a few wars and you've been through many administrations of the U.S. government. How you feel about it?
You know, I quoted earlier that nothing new under the sun, but everything was kind of handled differently back in the day. Today, it's different, and it's hard for me to even form an opinion of because it's so different.
Yeah.
It's the same battle, like I said, it's been up there 20 years. So it's the same battle back in the day, but being over there as long as we have, you have to take on responsibility. I thought the other day, and I'm not sure if I'm quoting this exactly correct, but it's like America going over and like America taking California.
Okay.
Like my sister went down to San Antonio and she saw the Alamo and she said, well, I wasn't impressed. What do you mean?
I feel it completely.
Yeah. So they want to take something from somebody else. So, the things over there are bad, but sometimes I think we kind of need to stay home and take care of them.
Man.
There's a lot of good that can be done right here.
Man, that was my sentiments on the point. I was just like, as much shit as we got going on over here, like, we black in the 21st century and we still don't have equal rights. We still gotta fear for our lives. We still gotta, be worried about being pulled over or how something is gonna escalate in the general public as far as police enforcement. Like, we still gotta worry about the prison system. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's so much over here that we have to worry about that, I just feel like we got to take care of home. We got to take care of home, and I just, sometimes we need to just, I feel like we just need to mind our own business, man. Like, sometimes we just need to focus on the U.S.
The U.S. loves to be in everybody else's business.
Everybody else.
I heard this. Like you said, it's nothing new under the sun. I quoted that from the 5-6 times. I heard it Sanford and Son episode. I'm crazy about Sanford and Son. There's a lot of
Dana.
But Lamont said, Fred said, "Pop, heart disease is the number one killer of black people nowadays." And Fred said, I didn't know that. I thought it was the police.
Oh man.
It's 1977.
Exactly.
And it's 77, bro. We still living at this day in 2021.
Man, let me tell you, and necessarily, I don't even think, because we can spend a lot of money over in the Middle East.
Yes.
Have y'all ever had a chance to sit down with other vets? Well, I mean, I'm gonna say other because I'm not a vet.
I drink with vets.
Sit with a vet and have them tell you how bad that they feel they've been treated.
Oh yes.
Yes.
So I would love to see that budget shifted from being overseas.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I actually just watched a doc today. It's called "This Is What Winning Looks Like" or something like that. And I would love to see some of that budget go into the vet hospitals and stuff like that, going to mental health for them, housing for them, and everything like that. And I've always grown up hearing the saying, "Take care of home first."
Yeah, man.
Yes.
And stuff. And it's just funny that you see a lot of people so upset that the U.S. has pulled out so fast and concerned about those citizens. At the same time, they were like, bring the troops home just 2 weeks ago. And it's just, I mean, it's a tough situation. You don't want to leave nobody hanging out there, but at the same time, you know, we got to take care of our people.
Right. When you think about vets, I'm not a vet, but when you think about it, what's the biggest sacrifice? Joining the military, you're giving your life to this country.
Yeah.
And you come back and you get treated the way you're treated for years, many years. Today it's the same, but a vet, it seems like if you go over there and give your life, you come back wounded, you should be taken care of for the rest of your life. Taken care of.
Definitely.
For sure.
You should not see a vet on the side of the road talking about, please, free food. Some kind of way should be something out there laid out for you if you give your life. But people go over there, they fight, and they come back, and then they'll protest like, I'm not being treated right, and I'm not going to stand for the flag, or I'm going to, just to try to let people make it aware. And then they go and flip the script and say, you don't care about the country. You've given your life, you sacrificed your life to fight for this country.
Yeah.
But people over there that's not been to the military going to down you for you trying to stand up for equal rights.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just feel like we got so much over here, man, that we just need to focus on. We need to deal with before we start sticking our nose in other people's business. I would like to see that happen before we decide that we want to, try to. We need to get our government in order before we try to focus on anybody else's government.
Yeah.
But speaking of government, we got one last thing on the docket. And I know there has been a lot of talk about that Coco. You know what I'm saying?
That Coco 19.
That Coco 19. And we, everybody, it's been back and forth about the vaccine, and places making it mandatory now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing. I'm gonna be fucking pissed if this shit fucks up one of my vacations. But yeah, man, everybody.
Oh shit! Because we wasn't at the airport the other day, and it was like, hey, get your shot right now.
I'm gonna be in the airport tomorrow. Yeah. So let's talk about kind of the vaccine and what's going on with that, and the stipulations behind it, the requirements, the mandates that may be coming up. The booster shots, because it's been 8 months after the people got their first vaccine. Bernie, let's start with you. How you feel?
Well, when I first heard about it, I had, to be quite honest, it was like, I'm gonna let everybody else take it, then I'm not gonna take it because then they can get rid of the pandemic out there, without me taking the shot.
I feel you.
So I thought about that, and then all of a sudden they started about, well, if you don't take the shot, then you can continue to spread the disease around, although you are asymptomatic. And so I'm like, well, okay. Then I saw people taking it, like 50% of the country, 75% of the country, other countries taking the shot. Everybody's taking the shot, and then I'm like, well, if they've all taken the shot, and if the shot is killing people, I'm ready to go with them. So I think everybody should take the shot.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I think everybody should take the shot. Whatever it's doing, if it's putting something in your body to be able to identify you, well then heck, I'm gonna try to live on the right side of the law anyway. So if they want to identify me, then they should identify me. So that's my take on it. And I can understand why somebody would not take the shot.
Well,
okay.
I mean, there's others like
I'm still sitting on your first opinion of waiting to see what exactly is happening because my parents both got the shot, and me and my mom. Well, I'm not gonna say I got into arguments. Yeah, we got a peanut gallery going. My mom and myself got into a debate about the shot and stuff because my cousin, my younger cousin, she wasn't too sure about it and stuff like that. It was like I'm not too sure either, but it's I just know the history that we have with the U.S. and shots and everything like that.
Yeah.
I think eventually I will get it, but I'm just not comfortable at this point.
Okay.
Getting it. We got to have some philanthropy.
I kind of feel you on that. Well, I'm somewhat because I'm not a person that I don't even get the flu shot.
I've never gotten a flu shot.
Yeah. And so I just feel like it should be your choice. I don't feel like you should be forced, especially when you don't know exactly, everything that's gonna go into it. Everything that's we don't know. We don't know exactly how that's going to particularly affect us in the future. So I just feel like, I feel like that should be your choice. I feel like, PPE as far as mask and, gloves, if that's considered washing your hands and everything. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you want to mandate that, I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I have no issue. I'm not one of these people that's like, no, I can't breathe.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't breathe.
I'm definitely not an anti-masker. But
the thing they're saying now, and I'm no genius in this area at all. I just listen and hear and kind of accept what I hear. But they're saying that if you don't take the shot, you are a super spreader, so to speak. So and the germ or the disease mutates into something else, and it's still. But when you take the shot, you kind of stop it in its tracks, so to speak. That's my understanding. I don't know how true that is, but I had a friend. I heard all over the news that if you take the shot and you get COVID, you are not to get that sick behind it. But I had a friend the other day who told me the total opposite. They said, "Oh, all the people that are dying today are those that have had the shot. If you haven't, those people that have not had the shot, nobody's dying." But that's not what I heard on the news.
It's a ton of misinformation.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like it's a whole bunch of information out there. I feel like with anything, it's gonna be a whole bunch of information out there. My biggest thing is I just feel like you should do what's best for you. Like I feel like everybody should get that option. You know what I'm saying? To do what's best for you. If you feel like you should, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I don't feel like everybody that gets the vaccine is wrong. I don't feel like you shouldn't get the vaccine. I just personally feel like you should be able to make that decision.
You're pro-choice.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like you should get to make that decision whether you want to get it or not. I don't feel like these entities that are requiring their employees to get it, I don't feel that's right.
Okay.
I feel like you should have that. You should have that option. If you decide not to get it. Obviously, there should be stipulations. You should have to do PPE.
Exactly.
You should have to abide by the rules. But I just don't feel like you should have to subject yourself to an injection that all of the research is still out on.
Let me spin in this direction, and you guys can speak on this if you don't mind.
Okay.
They're saying that if the total population don't take the shot, well, then the virus can continue to mutate. But if you do take the shot, you can stop the virus in its tracks. Is that, so if we all agree to that understanding, then it's important to take the shot. But if we don't agree to that understanding, then I can see why, okay, I have to wait and see what happens. But you're waiting to see what happens continues to cause this virus to mutate.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
For me personally,
Yeah.
I cannot because I hear a lot of and I know this is something that people feel very strongly about. It's almost like politics. But for me personally, I feel like everybody says the trust science. Like you keep hearing that, right? Everybody says trust science, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, they just told you that, like it literally just came out that this started in the lab. They were selling us the story of the bat and all that bullshit, and then it came out that this was contracted, or well, not contracted, but formulated in a lab.
Uh-huh.
And so it's like, how can we trust science when this came from science?
This is I'm just very pro-choice of everything.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, because it definitely gets into that political realm.
It does.
It's
Politics and money.
For vax, not vax. It's just weird. I just believe if it's free choice and you don't want to get the vax, just be willing to accept the stipulations they come around with it.
Right,
So
right.
I have no problem. I don't have the vax, but I have no problem wearing gloves when they say I need to wear gloves, or wearing a mask when I need to wear a mask.
Right.
I'm just not comfortable enough with taking the shot. But I do say eventually I will. I think I need to wait to like the second or third round just to see if nobody else is like growing tails, or gills, or anything like that.
Yeah,
and stuff like
man.
that, but
Yeah. I mean,
I went to second or third round. I thought already it's Delta now.
I'm
I
talking
think
about
you're
these
talking about the
shots.
shot. Yeah,
Man, y'all about to get these second rounds for boots.
The third shot coming up. The booster shot coming up.
That's not growing my tail.
We don't know.
Okay.
We don't figure it out. But yeah, man, I just feel like I feel like you should get that option. I feel like you should get that choice. I don't feel like anything should ever be mandated. I feel like if that's as far as an injection into your body. I feel like you should be able to control. You should be able to say that, hey, I don't want to do that.
Let me ask y'all this though. So I was on the line today, and anti-vaxxers, quote unquote, they were upset because I believe I forgot which team it was in the NFL. 2 people were released because they decided they didn't want to get the vaccine.
Okay.
And it's a couple of NFL players are saying they don't want to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
So they're upset, saying that the NFL shouldn't force people to do anything. Do you equate this? Because I'm just going to say, stereotypically, it was the same people that had an issue with players kneeling.
Yeah.
And do you think that these people are hypocritical in that same thing, or
Yes.
is it something completely different?
Yes. I definitely think they're hypocritical in saying that. I feel like I feel like it's all the same. I feel like my choice to take a knee or to raise a fist during the flag, doing the national anthem, is my choice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like that affects you in any kind of way. I feel like it's also my choice to decide if I want to be vaccinated or not. I feel like it should be my choice to decide if I want to inject myself with something that we don't have all of the research on. We don't have all of the facts of what might happen in the future. So I just feel like that should be my choice. And I feel like those people that feel like, oh, you have to stand for the flag, they're hypocritical. If they feel like you have to stand for the flag and you don't have to get the vaccination, or I feel like you're also hypocritical if you're saying that you're pro-choice in abortion, but you're anti-choice, or you believe in mandates when it comes to the vaccination.
Okay. OG.
I'm not knocking people for their opinions about stuff, but nowadays seem like we have the flexibility of saying my choice this, my choice that, and it keeps us from unifying and all going in the same direction.
Okay.
As in the organization that I'm a part of, in order for us to move forward, you have to unify and go in a direction. You may not agree with it or not, but in order for us to move forward, you have to unify, because if you don't, then somebody's going to they're going to set back and hold the thing back, hold the whole group back. Because when you, if like the point I made earlier, if taking the shot will take care of this pandemic, well then I think you should take a shot. If taking the shot will not take care of this pandemic, then okay, yeah. But everything I'm hearing is that everybody has to take a shot to get this thing to stop. And if that's not true, okay. But all I'm hearing is that's what's true. So if you're part of an organization and you're trying to move this organization in one direction, going north, and well, I want to go east, so I'm going west. That organization is not going to go north.
We all pulling in different
Because
directions.
it's pulling different directions. You're holding, you're dragging, jet lag. You know, you need to let your wings up and fly on with the. If that's the case, is it the case? I don't know, but all I'm hearing that it is.
Okay. Hey, I'm all for healthy debate.
Definitely.
I feel like everybody's definitely gonna have their opinions on it, and I don't feel like either one is particularly right. I just feel like it's right for you. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
And that's why I love this podcast, my brother.
For sure.
Because we don't necessarily agree on everything. I know a lot of stuff we do agree on because we both assholes. But it's good to have, even Bernie had different opinions on certain topics that we had.
Yeah.
And it's good to have that. I don't think you should ever be in an echo chamber.
Yeah.
Because that just reassures you of what you think is right, and it never challenges that.
For sure.
But yeah.
For sure. As we come up to a wrap up of this episode, we're gonna leave you with the list. So, the list for this episode is your top 3, and I'm glad that we got our OG in the house because I want to hear this. We got the top 3 first date spots, and I want to hear from my OG first because I want to hear from a more experienced, more mature person.
Okay.
Where are you going on your top 3 first dates?
Can you get that mic up a bit? It's shining too bright on me right now. I'm an outdoors person. I think my first date would probably be out to dinner so that we can be able to sit around and talk and kind of enjoy ourselves.
Okay.
Another one would be, I like the water, so it's peace and solitude to be able to be out and watch the sunset. I think that's a bit of a romantic first date.
Okay.
Third, 3 spots. We kind of go to the park and kind of sit down and talk. I think communication is key on just about anything you do. Just like we just communicated about the pandemic, we communicated about OG and the other issue was OG and Elder.
Don't ask me about it because I don't remember what I'm talking
But
about.
it's great to have opinions and be able to communicate.
Definitely.
And I think that this group communicates very well. And it's kind of let me be able to sit down and think about my work. Are you worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
You
my
are
worth,
worth
I feel that I have a worth here by communicating with you guys and being invited to be the OG of the group.
Yeah.
I think that kind of makes me feel good. And when you start talking about my daughter, yes, it can bring tears to my eyes to start talking about your children. And that's about all I'm going to cry about.
It's okay. I laughed about what was out in the total house, crying over the ukulele and shit.
Yeah.
Let me say this. Okay. Top 3. Let me go next, I guess.
Okay.
Never mind, you go next. Because I still didn't get my thoughts
Okay,
together.
my top 3. And I'm a preface this by saying that I think when we were younger, and I don't know about in Bernie's, Bernie coming up. I think a lot of people top first date usually when we were growing up was the movies. And I feel like that is as an adult, that's the most asinine thing
Well,
to
I mean,
do.
it just depends.
No.
What row you sitting on?
We are not. I don't give a damn what row we sitting on.
Trying to
Now,
think about
now
somebody.
let's say this. I feel like I feel like if we go to a movie, it has to be dinner accompanied with that because
Definitely.
you have to, like Bernie said, you have to get to a point to where you're having a conversation. So I would say my top 3 would be, first off, a nice dinner, maybe a nice walk accompanied with it.
Okay.
I'm definitely, as a more seasoned person.
Seasoned.
Well, not.
You just hit 30 minutes.
I mean, when I say that, I mean not teenager, not early 20s.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that I'm not going.
That's
to.
the definition of seasoned.
Well, I'm gonna say just a little older.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that I'm not going to the movies on the first day. We can definitely do food, and if we do the movies, it's definitely got to be accompanied with dinner.
Okay.
I am going to say one that I feel like a lot of people. I've seen a lot of older people do it, and I'm starting to get more into it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say coffee, man.
Coffee? Okay.
I think coffee is I think going to a coffee shop.
Coffee in the morning.
Hey, Miguel. I think going to a coffee shop is a good first date. Like I feel like you get to gauge the person that you're with. You get to know a lot about them because there's going to be a lot of conversation there. And I just feel like you get a chance to just relax. You get a chance to relax and have conversation and see where somebody goes after that. That'd be 2. And I feel like number 3 would probably be would probably like Bernie said. Well, maybe not first date. Let's not talk about the water on first date. I feel like number 3 for the first date would probably.
You trying to take it swimming and get that makeup off that face?
Okay. I would say number 3 for the first date would probably be an outside adventure.
Okay.
Whether it be a mini hike or
didn't you just say walk though?
Yeah, but when I say walk, I mean just like we gonna go for a little stroll.
Come on, let's take a long walk.
Yeah, no. I mean,
there you go.
I mean, like a miniature hike or something outside, something in nature. One of my best first dates was to the botanical gardens.
Okay.
And I felt like that was a good one because you get to experience nature, you get to see how somebody thinks, how somebody reviews a particular setting, and it also opens up for conversation. And so you get to see if somebody is in that moment able to hold a intellectual conversation, hold an intimate conversation, because it's just y'all. You know what I'm saying? When you do something like that, it's literally just you and that person, and you are literally in the event that it's more of an intimate setting. So I would say those are probably my top 3.
Okay. My top 3 I'm definitely gonna say just a dinner.
Okay.
I'll say her preference of food
For sure.
and stuff, so she feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to
And don't eat pretty around me on first date. Like,
I don't need you. I need to see the
I
whole
want
you.
to see the real.
So that's why I put the whole friend date out there.
Yeah,
because secondly, I'm going to say bowling.
Okay. It's fun.
It's fun. It kind of brings out the competition. People usually get loose and stuff like that. It's nothing too fancy.
And all of this, I need you to drink. Like all of these activities.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
My third one is just going out to a bar.
Okay.
Something that's somewhat quieter.
Yeah.
So you can do it at a restaurant, but just sit at the bar because they say that
a drunk man tells on tales.
drunk man tells no tales. Or they say only two people that tell the truth is children and drunk people. So
and old folks.
well, yeah. So I want to get to know you in the best light. I want to see if you can handle your alcohol.
Yeah.
I want to see what kind of drink you order to let you know if we can vibe together, anything like that.
Yeah.
It just kind of loosens up everything, lowers your what's the word I'm trying to say, inhibition.
Yeah, it lets your walls down. Yeah, inhibitions. Yeah, that's what you're looking for.
I'm sorry. All country, y'all. And I haven't been drinking enough that my accent hasn't came out just yet.
It lowers your walls.
Shout out to Rose City.
Hey, it lowers your walls.
It lowers your I ain't gonna say lowers your walls because I'll be trying to knock them bitches down. Not in this stage of my life, but kind of stepped back from that and stuff. But yeah, definitely. So I actually have a couple of friend dates coming up. Well, I want to say friend dates because it's been confused so many times and stuff like that. I got
a couple of POIs.
Yeah, I want to say POIs.
Okay.
I'm going out with a couple of friends. So tomorrow I'm actually going out with POI. We're gonna have some fish and stuff like that. Saturday, I'm actually going out with my homegirl, one of my closest homegirl, Alex. Y'all met her on the podcast.
Yeah.
She just spoke. She'll be coming up on another podcast soon. We got a big surprise for y'all. And she's actually interested in, she said she's getting ready to get her LTC, take the class.
Yeah.
But she's never fired a gun or anything like that. So I'm going to go out with her and just show her the basics of firing a gun and let her get that experience because it's perfectly logical to be afraid of guns.
Yeah.
But after that, once you actually get it in your hands, you fire it, you understand how everything works. It's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, I'm actually going to brunch with Lena.
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody, well, I wouldn't say hopefully, but if
hopefully
somebody else. It's supposed to be a group outing, but she'll be out of town.
I'll be out of town.
Drea, I don't know where she's going because
we'll see.
We gotta go through 15 hoops to get the princess to join us and stuff like that.
Shout out to the princess,
y'all just go out and have fun with your friends.
Yeah,
man. It's an experience. You actually get to know them, especially like the one-on-one interactions and stuff like that. It lowers down. Okay, I'm not about to get clowned by the rest of the group. It's like you get to know them and stuff like that. You get to know people on a personal level and stuff like that. But that's my top three.
Nice
dates.
Well, everybody out there, please let us know your top three. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear from y'all. Please comment. As always, we appreciate y'all being with us.
Definitely.
We want to be, that show that you can listen to whenever.
Hopefully this holds you over.
Yeah.
This gives you a chance to actually catch up on the shows. If you're late to it or if you missed the episode, you can always go back.
For sure. As always, you can agree with us. You can disagree with us. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Father, fuck you.
But at the end of the day, that's just our 2 cents on it, man. We appreciate y'all for listening. We look forward to seeing y'all on the next show. Y'all have a good one.
All right.